Thanks for joining me, Tumelo. How are you this evening?
I am good, thanks, Katu. And yourself?
No, I'm very good. I thought let's have a conversation about the fourth industrial revolution. Maybe to start off the conversation, what's in this buzzword, the fourth industrial revolution? What are we talking about when we talk fourth industrial revolution?
Maybe I should start by responding in a manner of saying what it is not. Many people, when you talk of fourth industrial revolution, they think of robots. It is not robots taking people's jobs. However, it is emerging technologies, breakthrough in technologies in different fields. These fields can include, amongst others, robotics, artificial intelligence, automation, the big data, Internet of Things. So it is about these emerging breakthroughs and how we really enhance, use them and leverage them to ensure that we create value and meaningful jobs for our people.
So with all this that you have said, maybe the question is, as a country, are we ready for this fourth industrial revolution?
We would like to say that as a country, we have started the dialogues that will prepare us and make sure that we become ready. Remember, it is not about just business, not about government. It's about the whole ecosystem, how we all come together and ensure that the country is ready. Hence, the dialogues that have started, hence the Presidential Commission, hence the 4IRSA partnership that we're seeing to make sure that we all become ready as a collective ecosystem.
You speak about the work that you do in partnership with the Presidential Commission. And maybe one of the questions that people might have out there is for us to produce the right workforce or graduates from our institutions of higher learning and all that, we have to focus on the education system. Are the conversations at the level of the Presidential Commission on the fourth industrial revolution speaking to the education system? Is the education right? If not, how do we tweak it so that it helps us to produce, graduates who have, the requisite skills and capacities to participate in the fourth industrial revolution?
Maybe just to start by correcting, the Presidential Commission has just been inaugurated recently, and I have been working mostly with the 4IRSA partnership.
Yeah.
And the 4IRSA partnership was started by business collectively with the university institutions to say, let's start this debate, let's start this dialogue, with the president last year having, said that he will look at the commission. Now the commissioners have been appointed, and the idea is to say, let's work collaboratively, taking into account what the 4IRSA has done. So that's where the correction comes in to say the commissioners have just been appointed recently. But for the 4IRSA partnership, which Deloitte has been part of, we have indeed been having these dialogues, and these dialogues have been looking really at different sectors, at different industries. And one of the things, rightfully, like you're saying, that we have been discussing in these dialogues, in these sessions, is what is the role of education. So we look at the whole ecosystem as we discuss these in relation to jobs and say, what is the role of education? What is the role of government, business, labor, youth, NGOs, religious education? So it's a whole ecosystem to say, what is everybody's role, and moreover, the education's role. So what would the education sector, what is their role in ensuring that we are able to prepare the country towards the fourth industrial revolution, and the youth moreover, like you're saying?
Yeah. Of course, when we talk about the fourth industrial revolution and its implications, the conversation largely gets to be skewed towards the young people, those who are still coming up in the system, justly so. But in the business conversations that we are having with industry, what is industry doing in order to prepare the redeployment, reskilling of the current workforce? Are companies ready to deal with the issue of those who are already in the workforce? How do we prepare them so that they are part of this future economy that we're talking about?
Interestingly, Deloitte had done a study globally on the future of work and the readiness of organizations, and not really, about only 40% say that they are ready globally. So it tells you where companies are. Also, what we are noting is that the impact of the 4IR, it's different from one industry to another. So other industries have to quickly adopt, because, automation, artificial intelligence gets, to kind of be quicker for them to take into account. However, others are coming on board. So as a result, you find that it's different from one sector to the other. And also, like I've said, not all the companies are ready, per se. But what is important now is that with the dialogues, the business now is waking up to say, look, we need to have a serious look at what is the impact in our industry, and what do we need to be doing to upskill, reskill, or create other opportunities for the impacted workforce where there may be those impact. So it's different options, that the organizations look at, the business look at, upskilling, retraining. But we've also seen opportunities where out of this process, businesses are saying we can even look at creating entrepreneurs out of this process where people now cannot be accommodated within the workforce. How do we empower them and find funding for them to be able to use their current knowledge to start, startups, entrepreneurship, such?
Okay, so one would assume that these conversations are involving labor, the union representations. Are those part of the conversations?
Yes, within the dialogues, within certain industries, there has been labor representatives, and they've been really forthcoming also with their ideas and how we can be able to, educate and make aware their workforce around what are the implications of the 4IR. One of the most profound statements in one of the sessions with labor was the fact that being in those sessions, being in those dialogues, they have now become more empowered to go and talk to their workforce out there to take away this fear around, it's all about shedding of jobs and job losses, but there's also opportunities. So labor has very much also been in some of these sector dialogues very